Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another paycheck breakdown video. Also, I'm so sorry if you hear all the cars today. I don't know why. I feel like it's just really loud. We put our air conditioner in, so now I just feel like the window is like open and I can just hear all the sounds of the cars even more. And it was rainy today, so just all the sounds of the cars are really driving me nuts. But there's really nowhere else in my apartment to do these videos, so I literally cannot wait to get a house. So I have more like quiet, more space, more room to make these videos. So just bear with me. I'm so sorry. So this paycheck breakdown is for the paycheck that I got on May 3rd. An exciting month because I get 3 paychecks. We love a 3 paycheck month. But yeah, I get paid bi-weekly, so every other Friday. My income for this paycheck was $2,379. So I do work in healthcare, so I am hourly. So my paycheck does vary just slightly. Like salaried employees get paid the same every single time, except for like bonuses and stuff. Whereas like if I get an hour of overtime versus like half an hour of overtime versus like an hour and a half, it can vary slightly like every single time basically. But I do know the general amount because I work in a department where they don't love to give us overtime, which is totally fine because I don't really want to work like forced overtime like nurses. But so I do know the general amount that I will get paid every paycheck, but it does vary slightly. And then usually I also calculate like how much I had left in my checking account from my last pay period, and that was only about like $50 this time. So then I use that number to kind of budget what I need to budget for the next 2 weeks. So starting off, I always save for my rent because obviously that is a main living expense. So usually what I'll do is I'll save my rent from the paychecks that I get in May for like June 1st. So hopefully, I think the way I have it broken down this month is that I'll use the first 2 paychecks to save for my rent, and then I won't have to save anything in my 3rd paycheck for rent. So that leaves me with more room to like play around with that 3rd paycheck. But again, I saved a little bit less. Normally I just like split it in half, but doing a little bit less for my rent from this paycheck because I also have to pay my car payment and car insurance, which that used to be separated a little bit further, but now I pay those 2 in the same pay period. So in order to pay for those, I save a little bit less for my rent from this first paycheck, if that makes sense. So I'm saving $200 from this paycheck for my rent. And usually what I do is just transfer that into my like regular savings account and just keep it in there until like a few days before the first of the month, and then I transfer it back into my checking account and make the payment. But I like to keep it separate out of my checking account for at least the month so that I'm not like confused or like, wait, what was this for? Where, you know, think that I have more money in there than I do. I like to just keep it in my savings account and like kind of keep a mental note of like how much money's in there and what it's allocated for. And then I did put $275 into my savings account. And now this, I think people will have judgment on this, which is totally fine. I understand. This money I'm saving specifically for my new tattoo that I'm getting on Wednesday. And I'm going to do a little vlog about it because I'm traveling to New York City to get it by some girl who does fine line tattoos, and I'm super excited. So obviously, yeah, like I'm a big money person and I like to come on here and talk about my finances, but that also doesn't mean that I'm not gonna do like fun things with my money and save for fun things that I want to do, like get a tattoo. Some people might have an issue with this because I come on here and preach that I'm like trying to pay off my debt, but I knew that this was an expense that was coming up, so I've been saving like cash for this so that I'm not obviously going into debt to get a tattoo. Obviously I feel like there are people who be like, well, if you didn't get the tattoo you could like pay off your debt faster, blah blah blah. Obviously yes, but I'm also just a girl and I want to do things for myself and get tattoos and whatever, so I don't care what people say. I'm saving money for my tattoo. Next, I saved $250 towards our wedding. We are getting married June 22nd, so it's coming up real fast, and we've been saving money every paycheck for things for the wedding, and most things are due this month, actually, around May 22nd, about a month before the wedding. So we're just getting ready, getting prepared to spend all of our money, but also have everything paid off and feel like relieved about it, honestly. Just pay everything and be done with it. Then I put $50 into my Roth IRA. This just gets like put right into that account straight from my paycheck. It's not a lot, but it's something, and you know, if I can put $50 in there every paycheck, like $1,300 for the year, which obviously I'd like to put more than that. I would like to put the max, which is $7,000, but right now I just can't do that. But I still want to put a little bit towards my, you know, retirement. I do obviously put money, like pre-tax money, into my regular 401k through my employer. This is just a second like retirement account that's post-tax money, so that when you do retire, you can take all this money out without being taxed for it, which is pretty cool. Basically, that's why I'm putting money in there. Even just a little bit helps, because the more you put in when you're young, the longer it's in there, the more money that you'll make having it sit in there and be invested. So then I put $100 into our grocery account. We have a separate account for groceries and things for the house. We both put $100 in there every paycheck, so typically covers almost everything. Sometimes we put a little bit more in there just because, you know, there are those weeks that you need toilet paper and paper towels and dish soap and all these things that add up super fast. But typically it is $100. Then I have to pay my car insurance, and that is $169.44. Basically $170. Car insurance stinks, honestly. I don't know why. It should be lower, especially if you haven't gotten in an accident. Yes, I had to pay my car insurance and then my car payment, which is $332, but I always round that up to $350, so I am putting a little bit more towards my car loan every month, which is good. I mean, again, not much, but it helps. And on the website where I pay it, I can specifically say, put this towards the principal, and that's awesome. I mean, it's like an extra $17, $18, but it's going directly towards the principal every single month. So that's at least helping me, saving me some interest in the long run. Then I will also have to pay our internet bill during this pay period, which is $51. And then I also take a look at any other subscriptions that I have coming out during these next 2 weeks. For this pay period, it's about $38, and that breaks down to $7.99 for our Hulu subscription, $4.99 for my Hatch subscription, which I think I should look into if that's even worth it, because I'm not sure I'm using any of the features to pay for that, so I'm gonna look into that. And then I do pay $6.35 for my Oura Ring subscription, because everything has a subscription nowadays. $15.49 for Netflix, and then $2.99 to Apple, because I just always pay $2.99 to Apple apparently every month. Next, I budget for my cats. I get food and litter delivered every few weeks, and during this pay period, I'm getting cat food delivered, and that is $44. And then I'm going to pay $100 towards my student loans, because I am trying to pay those off as quickly as I can, and I'm super close. I owe $1,900 left, and then I'm completely student loan debt free. And I'm actually super excited because I'm pretty sure my next paycheck on the 17th, I will be getting my tuition reimbursement from my employer, and I'll be able to pay off my student loans. So I'm really excited. I'm really hoping that does come on the 17th, and I'll be able to pay those off, so stay tuned. But that is very exciting news. And then towards my credit card debt, I paid $390, and that was broken up like about $70 towards my one credit card that I put like just basic purchases on, and then $320 onto my like main credit card that has the highest balance that I'm trying to pay off. So then we also are paying our phone bill during this pay period, which my portion is $72. I send that to my fiance. He pays that bill. This is our second month of the phone bill payment, so that kind of sucks. But this is what it's like being an adult. Like, all these bills are just crazy. It adds up super fast. Yeah, so that was everything. So then when I add all of that up, it comes to $2,088. I'll subtract that from the numbers that I mentioned in the beginning that I budget off of, and that leaves me with $290 for the next 2 weeks, which I try to keep it around that. Like, I don't like to go much lower than that because obviously I do end up spending money during the week, and this also includes my gas money, which I budget roughly like $160 for gas for 2 weeks because I drive a lot. I drive pretty far for work, so I need a good amount of gas money. But typically, like if I do 160, that really only leaves me with $130 for the next 2 weeks for anything that comes up, which I'm trying really hard to stick to that budget and not spend a lot more than that, but it's really hard. Like, basically that means I can't eat out, I can't, buy any clothes, I can't buy makeup, I can't do anything like that. Sometimes I still end up doing something like that, or if we get food, it's like something cheap, or I get like 1 or 2 coffees during the week, but that's about it. But I don't know, somehow the money always goes away. Alright, that is how I budget my paycheck for this pay period. I hope that you find it interesting or helpful. I don't know. It helps me when I write it all out like this and keep track of it. It really does, it really has been helping me keep track of everything and budget and stick to my budget better. And also just keep track of all of my bills and everything going on in my life. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.